Hey guys, it's Jen Coyle from HelloBrio.com. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to do joins with brush calligraphy. In my other brush lettering videos, I've showed you how to create basic strokes for brush lettering, and then I also showed you how to draw individual letters. But in this video, I want to focus on joins. This will allow you to join letters together so that they look like brush calligraphy does, with seamless, kind of hard down strokes to light up strokes, and so that it looks really beautiful. So there are a couple different types of joins that you want to do, and I'm going to be using two different colored pens in this tutorial. I'm using the Pentel Feud Touch Sign pens. They have a really nice flexible brush tip, so you can see it's easy to get the heavy downstroke and the light upstroke. So if you remember some of our basic strokes, we have a stem stroke, which is just a downward stroke, followed by a light upward stroke. And remember, all of your downward strokes are going to follow that calligraphy guide that we created, and here's the guide behind my paper. There was another video to show you how to make your own. But when you're doing a series of downward strokes or stems, you want to make sure to connect them by taking the tail of the stem and then connecting it with the next downstroke of your stem. So this is a stem to stem downstroke, and this would be something like for I and I, or you can also have something like I and T. So here's an I, and then here's a T. So you just have the downstroke overlap the tail of the previous upstroke. And all together it would look like this. So when you're practicing brush lettering, you want to make sure to practice having your downstroke of your next letter overlap the tail of the previous letter. We can also do something like this where we have a stem like this, like for an I, overlap with an oval shape, so like an O. So you have the I first, and you want to make sure to create that stroke all the way down to your baseline, and then bring the tail all the way back up to the X height. And then when you have your O, you start at like a 2 or 3 o'clock mark, and then you draw a circle upwards lightly, and then as soon as you get over to here, you bring it back down as a heavy stroke, pick up your pen again, and finish with your ear for your O. So you have a nice I-O join. A similar join would be T to E. So you have the stem of the T that goes all the way back up to the X height line, and then you lift up your pen and you start with your E, which is kind of like a C shape or an oval shape that opens up at the last minute. So then you pick up your pen again, complete your E, and also cross your T. So again, what it does is you have your stem that goes all the way down to the baseline, back up to the X height, start with an oval that opens up at the last minute, and then you have a nice join, a nice seamless join. The key is picking up your pen in between strokes. Another type of join is the stem. So we have our T. It's a little taller than that, so a T to an ascender loop. So an ascender loop letter would be like an L, like so. So to join these together, you would have your stem for your T, pick up your pen, start the ascender loop where you left off, but kind of bring it over this way, and then have the downstroke of the ascender loop overlap the tail of the previous letter, and go ahead and cross your T. Another type of join is the descender loop to an ascender loop. So let's do G to L. So a G is an oval, followed by picking up your pen, completing the G with the descender loop, bringing it back up to the X height line, picking up your pen again, and going for the ascender loop here. So you have G to L. So really what it depends on is you have to plan ahead for your next letter, and it gets to be more complicated when you have some complex curve over unders. So another example would be A to N. So an A is made up of an oval combined with a regular stem that turns into a curve under over. And then to complete this, you would have the rest of your N, which is just a curve over under. So all together it would look like this. You have your A oval shape combined with the curve under over for complete the A and go into the N. So it just is a whole lot of planning ahead for that N shape. And then completing the N with the curve over under. So you see that all these curves together create a beautiful N. So we have, again, all together the oval for the A, the curve under over, downward pressure is a lot heavier, and then start again with the curve under over to complete that word. A similar one would be A to Y. So if we have an A, we need to switch colors and change this downward stem for the A and then go straight into the Y, which is a curve under, over, under, and then you pick up your pen again and complete with a descender loop. So I know it seems like a lot, but really what you're doing is just planning ahead for your next move. So you have your A oval shape, and then to go into the Y, you have your downward stroke that turns into an upward stroke, back down and do a downward stroke, and back up to complete the Y, and then pick up your pen and then complete with a descender loop. And lastly, we have a similar one, which would be M and Y. So you would have the curve over for the beginning of the M, pick up your pen, you have another curve over for the second hump of your M, and then you have a curve over, under, over again. So you have to complete the M like so, and then you just transition into the beginning of the Y, and then complete the Y with the downward descender loop. So that's about it. I hope this tutorial helps you figure out how to join letters together and figure out where you need to pick up your pen in order to get a really seamless look for brush lettering. For more tips on brush lettering, make sure to pick up a free chapter of my book, Getting Started with Brush Lettering. And if you guys have questions for brush lettering, make sure to leave it in a comment below, and I'll talk to you in another video. Bye!